Where's the timeline? There it is. Okay, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I don't know where that sudden accent came from there, right, Notch, but we're going to get right into this game. Game number 2, SG Arctic Wolves, they just need a little bit of refinement across the field when it comes to decision-making, and their early game, don't give up too much ground. Because if you give 1 inch to Team Volatile, they are going to turn that into much larger than you ever would have expected. We'll introduce these teams. Hopefully not for the last time. Is going to be SG Arctic Wolves. We're going to have Raptor Spank on Steel, Bixel on Niggly and Scorch, God's Gunman on Decker, Crazy Fool on Grim, Unbound Fire on Twin Blast. And he's going with that same kind of early game build. Let's take a look over here at Team Volatile, Notch.
Team Volatile, we've got Leo on Decker, Leo Grande on Decker, Omain on Gideon, That One Legend on Grim, Pixel on Twin Blast, and Nevoy on Steel. So very similar, I mean, almost identical comp, minus the Muriel. I'm shocked that we're not seeing a Grim ban. I'll be completely honest. Super strong hero. We do see Crazy Fool with one of my most favoritist items in the game, and that's a Reaper's Key.
It's so much value.
It's 2 harvesters on a 3-second uptime instead of the 6-second for just a harvester key, but it also gives you energy damage and crit chance, and it's a 2-point card.
So much value.
Great card for only 2 points. We will see shockwaves again because we have steals, which is also a great
steals.
card.
We have Gideons. We've
got all the things right now.
All the shockwaves. All the shockwaves. What these teams are trying to fill each other out. The bumping of the fists in the mid lane. Again, barring some huge misstep, we're probably not going to see any early kills. They're just trying to clear the waves, wait for their camps to spawn, fall back to their camps, go to red and orb, and see what happens with the lanes. Now, we haven't seen these teams get too aggressive in the early stages of the match. I don't think that's going to be the case because SG Arctic was, yes, they lost game number 1, but they put up good enough of a fight, a strong enough of a fight, to our Team Volatile is definitely probably going, we can't underestimate them, we can't get too ahead of ourselves. And, oh man, as I say that, I thought we were going to see an invasion coming out for them. I was going to eat my words there. But they actually are posturing to invade because the red orb's going to spawn here in just a couple of seconds. SG Arctic Wolves knows.
We saw an early tower, you know what I mean? Like, they could have gone for that tower, but Arctic Wolf knows what's up. They know what's up. They've got vision.
Exactly.
Vision, boys. If you solo queue, buy a ward or 6, so we can get vision on the map.
Or 6.
I feel like that's a good round number. It does look like Team Volatile, they're going to take this red here. Arctic Wolves will also rotate over to take their red. Of course, we'll see them rotate over and take blue. That's 1,600 card experience. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that's a ton of card experience. And it's shared. It's currently shared between everybody that is near you. At 3 minutes, the harvesters spawn Steel, Raptor Spank will drop a harvester. But could we see some aggressive right now? Could we see? We are. I mean, look at it. They're going in there. To the enemy blue. We've got Team Volatile going for the blue. Do we see an engagement?
They need to get one here. They know what's going on. I think. Do they?
They do. They've got vision.
They're not committing. They're gonna have to. They're gonna be too late. They might try to punish this, but they're simply too late. And they're just gonna fall back.
I say give it up at this point.
They're trying. Pixel's getting aggressive. He does have that red orb. So they give it up. So that's just a, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Volatile, if you give them any room, they're going to take it, and they're going to capitalize on it. The decisiveness, and I felt like they were ready to take a fight. They didn't go in there thinking that they weren't going to get this for free. They were expecting a fight, but nonetheless, they still come out with an advantage. And Arctic Wolves were just a little bit too late to the party. They give up that blue orb. That means 1,600 card experience out of their hands. Early game already, it's the same story right now. The early game is a small but discernible advantage going the way of Team Volatile. Arctic Wolves has to do something to make sure that they don't just lose to, the death of 1,000 cuts.
Right. We do see God's Gunman. He's in a weird position right now. He's behind a tier 1 tower.
What? This may be bait. They're trying to push the lane. They're trying to get the lane pushed in to tank the tower. Actually, Unbound Fire tanking it. But he got rid of it in travel mode. Oh, buddy, that's what I'm talking about right there.
I'm not sure if he was expecting creep to be there, but they weren't. He got caught out in travel mode, and Pixel, they were able to easily get that kill on God's Gunman. Weird position to put yourself in.
That was definitely very awkward right there. That's if that's your first date, she might have just walked out on you. That's how awkward that was, Notch. But I mean, she almost got away. You could tell. You saw Unbound Fire tanking the tower to allow Decker to get away, but the root was there on point. First blood, going to Volatile. They continue to build themselves a lead, not even coming up here at 5 minutes. It's already looking good for him. Though, if I'm Arctic Wolves, I would literally laugh at that. I'm like, you know what? That was a fluke play. We made a kind of a silly mistake. Don't get too tilted by those sort of things. Even the best teams tend to make little wonky mistakes like that.
He's trying to give false confidence is what's happening. Godzilla like, watch this.
Like some reverse psychology going on. Maybe trying to, yeah.
Hard and win here. We do see the lane game starting to form up quite a little bit here. We've got two of the best lane pushers in the game. We've got Omain on Gideon. We've got Bixel on Iggy and Scorch. So expect to see them guys. Maybe not solo. We will see a little bit of support for Omain on his Gideon, but they're going to be able to keep these lanes either equalized, which means both creep waves are meeting right in the middle, or pushed out a little bit in those Iggy and Scorch and Gideon lanes. We do see some rotation, a lot of rotation coming out of Team Volatile with that one legend and Leo trying to come over and deal with Crazy Fool.
He's just gonna fall back. He'll be okay. The ward, not even a ward, he didn't even have a word there. I think he just knew. He got that gut instinct, like, I'm pushed out and everyone's missing. I think it's time for me to go. So Crazy Fool is gonna keep himself up. And the big thing is that the left lane Harvester is going to go to Arctic Wolves. And, I'm sorry. Yes, go to Arctic Wolves, and the Volatile is going to get that right lane Harvester. So as far as the Harvester goes, it's pretty even. About 1 to 1.5 more minutes before the second phase of the red and blue orb spawn. I want to see if these teams have aggression here. Now, I want to talk about the differences in compositions here. On the right side of the field for Team Volatile, they have a Gideon. Bixel, for Arctic Wolves, has the Iggy and Scorch. I mean, what's the dichotomy between these two heroes? What's the contrasts? What are the strengths and weaknesses between these two heroes, Notch?
So, for me personally, Gooch, you like Gideon. I think Gideon is a great lane clear, but I feel like Bixel brings more to the team on Iggy and Scorch. He can do a little bit more damage. His ultimate ability can set up some great team engagements, and he can also use it defensively and save his team with a knockback on that. And Bixel just passively pushes lanes.
Right. Drop
a third or two, just stay in range with those turrets, and he can actually play a little bit safer because he doesn't have to be on top of his turrets for his turrets to deal a lot of damage. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing him play a little bit safe. I mean, he rotated out and his turrets were able to just push the lane for him. While Gideon has to stay mid lane, he has a great escape, but if he doesn't have his team there to back him up, he's got an ultimate that requires a lot of precision from his team.
Very true.
And if the team's not there to get value out of that ultimate, it's just kind of a long cooldown and a wasted play. So I expect to see a little bit more out of Bixel when it comes to lane clear and being able to help his team. But as the game goes on, we will see if I'm wrong or not.
Now, obviously, one of the big things that Gideon has over against Scorch is he is an intellect affinity, so he is able to pick up Shockwave. I'm surprised, actually. He doesn't have Shockwave yet, though I'd imagine that he's wanting to get it relatively soon. He is level 5, so that's always a good time in level 5, level 7, get that really high-impact card. Generally, it's like your second or third card, depending on how you're upgrading.
They did make a change to Shockwave, though, Gooch, and I don't know if people are aware of this. Gideon can no longer ult and cast Shockwave.
I think that's a good change.
It's a great change. So I actually think we may see Steel pick up, Nebois will pick up the Shockwave.
I mean, hey, what's better than one Shockwave?
Right, 2 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
We could still see it, but I think we'll see Nebois pick it up. He'll ult in, and then you'll see the Gideon come in plus the Shockwave. With the change, though, it makes you have to be able to cast very quickly.
Now, we've seen before, Team Volatile, they are not afraid of diving towers. Omain does have the black buff, so this is definitely a good timing around level 5 to get the tower. They are going to get it. The moment the tower goes down, he initiates onto Unbound Fire. He barely got him on the fringes there. Omain's going to lay the black down hole. The shot was beautiful. Knocked him right into the black hole. Suck him down and get spaghettified right there. Team Volatile. That's what I'm talking about. That was so well done. The moment the tower went down, Nebos decisively went in there. The push continues. Out of all people, Decker versus Decker trying to finish off God's Gunsman. Not sure if he's going to be able to. Raptor Spank tanks the status bomb right there. But they get the tower. Oh, man. He came in, turned around just in time to see Bixel get taken out. Maybe he's just trying to be a distraction right there. But Team Volatile looking strong right there. Very well done.
A very good fight there. They were able to get the tower and 2 kills. Raptor Spank just got caught out in travel mode, and Raptor Spank is going to fall.
Oh.
Wow, he just got too far forward. Omain was able to hit him with an ability, dropped a full rift on his face, and he was dead. They're going to push this tier 2 tower.
They're probably going to get it.
It's only God's Gunman to defend.
Omain still has the black buff.
Yeah, this tower is going to fall. There's no way you can counter this at this point.
Yeah.
Very good play from Team Volatile. Very, very aggressive. Just very aggressive, able to capitalize on that misplay from Raptor Spank and take out a tier 2 tower.
Now, 2 people to get caught out in travel mode by Grim. But they're going to be okay here. Red Camp being taken. Nebos is low. The GTFO, can it take him out? It is. So they do get a kill right there. That's a nice little consolidation prize, but they still gave up their blue orb. I mean, they still gave up their blue orb, which is 800 experience going to them. They gave up 2 towers. They gave up a handful of kills. Team Volatile are in a phenomenal... Oh, main. He has to get rift up. He's looking for a rift up. He's going to rift up there. He's going to get it. Vixel's there with the flame belch, with the flamethrower. So again, they need these kills, but they need to get more out of this notch. They gave up 2 tier 2 towers for it. They need to be able to get these kills on their terms, and they simply aren't unable to. They're unable to do so.
Right. Those kills don't make up for the fact that they lost the tier 2 tower 10 minutes into the game, especially in the prime lane. I'm calling it the prime lane because once Team Volatile decides they want the orb prime, their lane is pushed all the way back out to inhibitors. They can come over here and easily push an inhibitor down as long as they have the minions with them. I'd like to see Arctic Wolves push this lane out, kind of counter push this lane out, give them that advantage as well. But yes, they lost those 2 towers, but they were able to pick up some kills, get the card experience. They're not, you know, 5 card points behind or 5 card point levels behind at this point. They're only 1 or 2 behind. They're still in the game. If they can get more kills like that, they'll be able to stay in this game and possibly make a comeback.
We've seen it before from them. They certainly have what it takes. Their blue orb is up right now, so they can fall back to that. Looks like a little bit of posturing around the orb prime boss right now. More so probably just picking up their blue orb camp than doing anything. Look at the numbers. Team Volatile ahead by about 2 to 3 cards. Yeah, there's that shockwave on 2 heroes that we saw, and only 1 shockwave on the side of Raptor Spank. But really, 1 is all you need. If you can get a big 2-3-man shockwave at the most opportune time, it can really swing team fights around and into your favor. So Raptor Spank not only is going to have to be able to get really big steel ultimates off, he's also going to have to be making sure he's utilized that shockwave as effectively as they can. Now, they do have 2 harvesters up over their opponent right now, but they need more than that. Even if they're farming that harvester and they're farming the map as efficiently as they can, they have to do more than just play the farming game. They're too far behind. A small lead, you can play the farming game, but when you're once you start hitting that 3 card level disadvantage, that's when you have to just start being a little bit more aggressive. And I mean, what room do they have available to potentially get aggressive? They've taken out a couple of towers, but really not enough towers to where they can freely roam across the map. So just look for timings around the moment we push a lane down, try to catch someone out of position, or wait for Team Volatile to go for this orb prime. As we do see, I think they're thinking about it because they're taking out this harvester, and then look for a mispositioning around the orb prime.
I think that's really, I mean, it should be called the throw pit. Most of the time you see the gummy bear boss go uncontested because it's taken after a couple team kills. We've talked about changes to that, but mispositioning is the only opportunity they have here. And watching Team Volatile, the way they rotate the map, the way they stay together, a misposition is very unlikely at this point. So get back into your lanes, collect your harvesters, farm the jungle effectively. There's so much card experience in these jungles.
Yeah. You
have 1 or 2 people rotating. You can pick up quite a bit of card experience because it is shared. That 1 legend is out alone over here. We do see Unbound Fire. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to get that kill. He's trying.
I think he knew. Oh wow, God's Gunman actually just got taken out. That's unfortunate. Both crazy full. They got blown up by the time I was able to. I completely missed that, Notch. What happened?
So there was a team fight, boys, and
what happened? I was walking around Legion, and all of a sudden, 4 people died. I literally didn't see that.
Neither did I. They were alive. They were dead. This is what we were just talking about. Here comes the purple gummy bear. It looks like Arctic Wolves was out of place.
I completely missed that.
Volatile capitalized. Holy crap! I don't know what happened, Gooch. I'd like to tell you what happened, but I have no idea. I need that ESPN replay feature so I can pop that up screen and screen.
We actually might. I mean, I kind of want to go back and watch what happened there. We have the capabilities to do so, but yeah, that's going to be 4 people going down. I apologize, I missed it there, guys. I heard someone go down by the time I could even react. There was no one on. I was trying to click on the portraits for and SG
It
Arctic
just
Wolves to go over
disappeared
there,
too
and I had no one to click on. I had no one to click on to get over there. They all just disintegrated. So, unfortunately, we're gonna miss what happened. But I'd imagine that there was probably a big money black hole. Actually, no, it's on cooldown, so it wasn't even that. So, Team Volatile looking better and better with each game. That last game, there was definitely room for Arctic Wolves to take team fights to get themselves in some sort of advantageous position. But right now, any sort of mistakes that they made are not the case in this game. This is the 4th time we've seen them, and successively, every single time we've seen them, they continue to get better and better and better.
Yeah, we do have the orb here. What is the play here? I mean, do they let them cap this? I mentioned that they are at an inhibitor. They cap this. They're one step closer to getting that win. But do we see a split push? Do we just say, hey, maybe we wait for Nebos to get out of place? We kill the back line. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
It seems to be the best play. Do they just let Nebos run by and focus on Pixel, that one legend, main, and try to take out that back line and stop this from being a factor?
And they're gonna get this black buff as well. So the inhibitor's exposed. This is a very tense moment for Arctic Wolves. To be perfectly frank, their life for Agor's Rising 3 is on the line right now. If they don't shape up and don't make some sort of huge turnaround here, they're going to lose potentially an inhibitor. Prime card, fighting down a prime card's hard enough. There's a containment field on a Pixel, but there's no follow-up. I think maybe that was just defensive.
Just defensive.
Just defensive to hold them back, but they're just delaying the inevitable. Pixel's coming in from the side. He's got to make sure not to get too flanked for After Spank.
I mean, at this point,
they have to turn it up. They have to give it up. They're going to try to initiate. They need to initiate. There's initiation from After Spank. It completely whiffs, though. The black hole from Omain right around the fringes, followed up by the shield on a Crazy Fool. Omain's in a pretty bad position, but their counter initiation onto Pixel. He's going to go down. The prime card activation is just simply too much. The initiation from SG Arctic Wolves just simply wasn't there. And this is just going to be, I think, Arctic Wolves just falling apart, losing an inhibitor, and potentially the game.
Do they have a minion wave to push with this?
They do. It's right behind them.
It's coming. Minion wave is coming up now. So a 4-man wipe, Orb Prime turned in, minion wave. This inhibitor is going to fall, and it could be GG. We've got 20 seconds before they come out.
They're going to do. They could do enough damage to the core. They're going for it, man.
They're going for it.
They have the prime card, Unbound Fire. It's time to light yourself up, man. I don't see how they could potentially defend this, but we're going to see.
That's going to be GG to Team Volatile. What an amazing engagement out of them right there. Man,